But for the people who have like a business page or things like that, it gets a little bit trickier. But we're here in the fish room. Thought we'd give this a try, see how it goes, and just give a little bit of a tour. Now I know that on Facebook we do these and it takes a little while for people to join in. And so I thought I'd at least give it a try and see if anybody's out there and is awake. It's a little bit late, but I thought I'd, what the hey, I'm up, I'm in the fish room, I'm working on some things out here. So I thought I'd see if anybody was there and wanted to ask any questions or just have me show something in the room or that I'm working on currently. Because I've got quite a few fish projects or fish related projects going on. Home, personal projects, lots of them, and also I do remote control cars, and so I've got that going on as well. So the garage right now, or the fish room as I've been calling it, is it's a complete train wreck in here. And so anyway, I'm in just outside of the door. So what I like about this, and the whole reason I built this stand here, and we live out in the country, so every once in a while you hear the well pump kick in. That's part of our HVAC system, which is brand new, unfortunately, as of this year. And for some reason, the way that they set it up, it cycles. Even though the system's not running, that well pump cycles on and off every couple minutes to fill, I guess. I don't know. It's annoying. It's completely annoying for somebody that likes to film. Now, here's a little info about myself. So my name is Tony, and I'm a photographer and video producer. So that is my day job. And so I work for a humanitarian organization, and I travel all over the world capturing amazing stories about people who are going through hard times, and just kind of about the resilience that they have, the needs that are there, and how people can help make their lives better. And it's really rewarding work. It's a hard job. It's not easy. A lot of people say, oh man, I wish I could have your job. They don't realize all that goes into it, and it's not what it looks like when it hits social media. It's a lot of work, but it's completely worth it, and I love what I do. And so in my free time, when I'm home, when I'm in the US, I like to do hobbies. I spend time with my family. I've got two young boys, a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old, and my wife, who I've been married to since 2002, so going on almost 15 years come next year, so a while. But anyway, so that's just a quick introduction to me. I haven't actually done one of those on this channel yet. I used to be in the fish hobby back in high school. I thought I wanted to be a marine biologist for years and years, and then I went into music and media and production and all of that. And I'm doing what I do now. So I'm just getting back into it because, interestingly enough, at work we're using fish and turtles to combat malaria and Zika and other mosquito-borne diseases using gambusia or mosquito fish that just devour mosquito larvae, which is very much like a guppy, and reproduce like guppies like crazy, and so they're very effective in that way. And then turtles, who are just voracious mosquito larvae eaters. So we also have tilapia programs that are more based on feeding and food, and for sustaining hunger relief programs with live fish that are raised in a very controlled environment, which is a very cool thing, done not only in a huge pond-based system with tubs and ponds and a whole just basically fish farm, and then out at the lakes in the big cylindrical net type contraptions that keep the fish in. And so lots of interesting things there, and so I just started getting back into it here. What I wanted to do, see, we got two wells, so that makes it really great. There's one that's actually attached to water, so if somebody's using water in the house, this pump will kick on right over here, this way, and then the other one over there kicks in for our heating system. So somebody must be using some water somewhere in the house because this one's on and it's going longer. So it's something I can't control. It's one of the annoying things about my particular room and having to work in this environment, but it is what it is. So I'll just get in a little bit closer, make my voice pick up a little bit better while this stinking annoyance happens. And there's the other one. So what I did, the whole reason that I put this setup where it is just on the other side is the exit from the house into the garage. So you go down the stairs, the boys can get up and they can look here in the saltwater tank, and then we've got the cichlid tank right behind me, which was the first one. And so as you come down the stairs on the other side of this, which is why I did not black this one out, you've got that available. So that was kind of the reason. Down lower on it here, let me actually tilt it down here. I've got my 3 20-gallon longs, tropical fish. This one is the convict cichlid, and then we've got a green spotted puffer in the other one. And then I've started breeding guppies again. That is over in these tanks. I've got another tank that I'm getting ready to set up for some of the fry. That's just, I've got a 20-gallon, another 10-gallon over there. So I've got fry in this one, brand new fry in the one here, and I'm waiting for these ones, 2 pregnant females in this one, to deliver. So the other side of the room, I've got a 55-gallon with some more African cichlids, or no, sorry, South American cichlids over there, an Oscar, and then a Jack Dempsey. And then the, I don't know, the misfits. They're not really South American, but we've got the blood parrots as well on that, as well as another saltwater tank, which is kind of my pride and joy at the moment. I love that tank. So here it is, quick tour. I'm gonna actually take this off of here and give you a little bit of a look around. All right. Well, there we go. It flips around even while we're going. So this here, these are my Lake Malawi cichlids. These are very beautiful fish for freshwater fish. This is a 40-gallon breeder, and I wanted some hiding spots for them before I was able to get some actual river rocks, and I put this big thing in. And it's kind of a pain to get out because of my light here, which is a fluval. And this one is their full, their spectrum one for doing plants and all that. Overkill for this tank. And I wish that I had gotten something cheaper in hindsight. But I've got it propped up just to keep the water off of it. But I run 2 filters. This fluval filter here. And then a sponge filter in the back. And then right through there you can actually kind of see the steps coming on out. Up top is a 29-gallon BioCube that has 2 Picasso clownfish in it. My AI Prime light above, which is flickering because it's not full power. I have a few other things in here, a few corals. I've got the sea urchin and then some snails in that. But what I've really been focusing on a lot of my time on recently has been these guppies and wanting to really start breeding these again. I also do have some betta fish. My boys just really like these, and so they've picked a couple and they have them in this basic rack as well. So these are the ones that I'm waiting for them to drop. It's actually not a super great pairing. I've got a tequila sunrise male and then a few females that have kind of a red and orange tail, kind of a sunburst, but I don't know exactly what they are. And it's not a perfect match, and I'm just kind of curious to see what is going to come out of this pairing here. Another pair over here, male and female, and we've got just like a cobra style on one of them, but it's the female is not a full cobra, it doesn't look like. So, but they're close, and again, we'll just see what their fry here that just came out 2 nights ago are going to look like. And these fry right here actually came from this female right here. So very shortly we'll see these. These are only about a week and a half old, and I'll get ready to separate these and move them. Up on the top, I've got some propagation going on, and this is where I am propagating some copepods. And I guess I need to shake this up and get them moving. These are Tisbees, so they're kind of like bottom dwellers, so it might be a little hard to get some activity in here. Kind of looks lifeless right now, doesn't it? Yay, live. If I would have been doing video, I'd have done this over and over until I actually had movement, and then I would have showed it. Alright, so here we stirred it up, and we should get some movement once that gets... Oh, there we go. There's some movement. Again, I don't know how the bit rate is on this, if you're going to even see this movement. Normally when I record it, it's very obvious. There they are. They're all swimming on the side here. So I actually need to give them some more phytoplankton. Alright, I'm going to cover this for a second because it's kind of trashed in here as I move ones over here. X-Max, a crawler Jeep, some extra tanks, and down in here we've got like grave diggers and more RC cars for my other YouTube channel. And so now we're in the 40-gallon breeder, where we've got lots of corals and anemones and lots of life going on in this tank, and it's just a fantastic tank. So, but it flickers because of the way that the light is set up. It needs to be full power with these LEDs, or the current doesn't match the frame rate and shutter that I'm running on the camera, and you get this strobing. So I can actually turn that off using the app. And we get over here to the bigger one, the Big Daddy. This is the Oscar. We call him Oski. He had hole and head disease, but it's actually healed up quite nicely. So we used some API General Cure. Took about 48 hours, and that cleared right up. The Jack Dempsey. Now this 55-gallon, I'm always looking for deals with this because there's a lot of ways that I like to spend my hobby money. So this is a $55 or $50, I think it's 55 gallons, so $55 at Petco during their $1 a gallon sale. I didn't have any lids for it, and so what I did is, because the 20-gallon is sitting down there, I took the top off it, and I put it on here just so I could have a light and some cover. And off of one of the 20 longs, I've just kind of spread this across just to keep our happy Oscar from jumping out when he's eating. He likes to really jump out of the water like he's a dolphin or something. So this is the basics. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of yard work, housework, so all my tools, everything's here. This is my other RC channel, so this side of the room is actually where I would do videos for that. But because I'm tearing stuff down on a back porch, I've got like Christmas lights that we use, you know, like party lights that have been hanging for the evenings out, and just a bunch of stuff. But stuff from my humanitarian travels I do have around here, like this axe from Sierra Leone, paintings from Haiti, metal tin art from Haiti. This spear is like a Maasai warrior spear I actually got from one of the Maasai. And then this painting I actually did myself from a picture, and it's actually, there's a picture in there that I started with on, I printed onto watercolor paper and soaked it and did a whole bunch of crazy stuff to it. So anyway, that is the mess that I've got. What I like about this space is that I do have a wash sink right next to this that I can just drain right into from my tanks. Makes filling them up easy, but you can see what I'm dealing with here and the mess that I'm working around right now as I'm in the middle of a bunch of projects. So anyway, I don't know that, you know, not many people joined in. This isn't a huge channel. I wanted to give this a try going live. I saw a few people popping in, but no questions popping up. So, but this is my space. It's a guy's space, you know, and it's cluttered. I mean, here's all my products up here. My test kits, different foods that I've got out, different chemicals, buffer, reef buffer, prime, aquarium salt, flourish, matrix carbons, phosban. I mean, there's so much stuff to put away. And then actually what I've done underneath here is I've just taken old Rubbermaids that I've just slid these little plastic drawers under, that I have to be careful when I'm filling. If I spill over, it actually will get down and soak these. So I usually pull these out whenever I do top off. But yeah, that's kind of my messy world that I live in right now, which is all right. We're getting a lot of stuff done, and we're really loving this hobby again. So, yeah, I mean, next time, hopefully I'll probably give a set date and time when we'll start so that people can join in, ask me questions. I can point to things that might interest you, or go over some of my setup in here. I've seen a lot of great setups on YouTube that are way better than mine, but this works for what we're doing now. My two boys love it. It's kind of like a science experiment. We've got our technical lab with the RC cars, and then the like science lab with mechanical lab and science lab all rolled into one. So anyway, Tony here, Creative Fish Studio. If you see this, then I didn't delete it. So we'll see you guys next time.